Hey everyone, what is going on and welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're getting into another operator guide, and in today's operator guide we're getting into Cade, as you can tell by the title. So this was suggested in last week's video on the Amaru guide. Someone commented, can you do Cade? It got like 4 likes or something, I don't know. And I was just like, yeah, I haven't done Cade yet. If someone's requesting it, why not do it? So here we are. So with that said, if you guys do end up finding this video useful or not useful, let me know in the comments down below. Also make sure to hit that like button if you do find it useful, to help other people find this video, so they can hopefully learn how to play Cade as much as you do if you do find this video useful. Also make sure to drop a sub and the notification bell if you're interested in more videos from me. We upload daily Siege videos here. I'd love to see you guys there. Also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams, links in the description down below. Been streaming there for like 5 hours a day, playing Elder Scrolls Online most of the time. Been having a lot of fun over there. I'd love to see more of you guys there. And with that said, I think that's enough of the little promo, and let's get into the Cade guide. So as always, we can start off with the weapon review, move on to the gadget utilization, and finish off with the operator strategy. So without further ado, let's get into the weapon review. So Cade has access to 4 weapons, 2 primaries, 2 secondaries. To go over his primaries first, the first weapon he has access to is the AUG A3. It is a submachine gun on 36 damage on 700 rounds per minute fire rate. So 36 damage, I'd say pretty average. 36 damage isn't too low or too high. 36 damage for an SMG is actually pretty good, to be honest, but 700 rounds per minute fire rate is probably on the lower side in terms of fire rate, especially for an SMG. This thing does shoot pretty slow. If you hop into a game and do shoot it around, you'll see in the clips in the background. It isn't the fastest shooting weapon. It is I'd say its rate of fire is definitely one of the slower things on this gun, but in all it is still a solid weapon. I feel like most people would take the AUG A3 on Cade, obviously over his alternative shotgun, which we'll get into soon. But still, all in all, I do enjoy using this weapon. I feel like it's minimal, like it has no recoil, makes it a good weapon to use, because any gun with like not much recoil is always going to be just smooth and easy to use, which is always nice to get escape from trying to control Nomad's recoil. So stuff like that is always like just nice to use. Chucking on attachments, he does have access to the 1.5 on this weapon. He has access, you can put on any of your grips, barrels that you want, anything like that, flash hider, under barrel even if you want with the laser sight. But all in all, this weapon is great and I do enjoy using it, and this would be my recommended weapon to you to bring with Cade. But there is still the alternative, which is the shotgun, the TCS G12. 57 damage on a trigger finger fire rate. You can spray this thing. I don't believe it has a kickback at all. I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure from what I know of when playing this weapon, I do not believe it has a kickback. It has 10 rounds in the magazine. It is a slug shotgun, so you can snipe people with this thing at range if you hit them in the head, and it is probably going to deal a solid amount of damage, with, as it says, 57 damage. In terms of shotguns, the damage radius is usually counted at a significant distance. If you shoot someone close range with this thing, I'm pretty sure it injures them. I'm not 100% sure though, because it is a slug and it's made for more range battles. It's like it's not really it doesn't really have the close range power that other shotguns do have, but it will still hit you pretty hard if you shoot someone point blank. But it doesn't have usual shotgun reticles and stuff. It's essentially a sniper, if I'm going to be completely honest. I'd say that's how I'd classify this gun. 57 damage, 10 rounds per 10 rounds in the magazine, trigger finger fire rate. I really think this gun has a lot of potential, and I 100% would recommend using it. But over the AUG A3, I'm not really sure about that one. I'm going to be honest with you. In terms of power, this shotgun is going to bring a lot of power to the team, but the AUG A3 is always going to be the better alternative in my opinion, just because it has consistent fire rate and damage, which shotguns don't bring to the table. And seems how this shotgun isn't great for rotations, etc. I feel like the AUG A3 is 100% the option you should take. In terms of secondaries, he has access to the 44 mag semi-auto. Now this is the exclusive. I'm pretty sure the only people that have this are the people that were introduced in Wind Bastion, which is Nomad and Cade. It is a strong pistol, but I feel like a scope that large on a pistol doesn't really come in handy that often. I'm going to be honest with you. I personally would bring the LFP over that, which is obviously the revolver that came with Montang and Twitch. 78 damage a shot on 6-round magazine, where the 44 has 54 damage a shot on a 7-round magazine. I just think because there's no way to like ADS without scoping in excessively large, because it has a really long scope. I just don't think it's necessary in the situations you'll find yourself in with Cade. And if you have any long range gunfights that you do get into, I feel like you'll be using your primary over your secondary. The 44 mag is a great weapon to have fun with, but in terms of competitive play, I feel like the LFP is probably the better option in terms of his secondary arsenal. paired up with the Orgay 3. Also, in terms of gadgets, he has a C4 and barbed wire. I think because Cade is an anchor, a C4 is always going to come in handy more than barbed wire. Leave the barbed wire to the roamers, but that's just my opinion. Either or works perfectly, but my recommendation to you is the Nitro Cell, and that is going to be his weapon review. Now getting into his gadget utilization, Cade has access to the Artilla Electro Claw. I'm pretty sure I said that right. I think that's how I've heard him say it in-game before and how other people have said it. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comments down below, but this gadget electrifies reinforced walls and hatches, barbed wire, and deployable shields in its affected area. So if you don't understand what that means and you just haven't really played Siege that much, Cade has the ability to throw this little claw. It is a stick. It sticks to any surface in the game as long as any surface in the game as long as the wall is not already banded. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure it gets destroyed. But any other surface that is soft and does not have electricity on it already from Bandit, which is the other electricity-based operator, it will stick to, and it creates a large circle radius around it that will electrify every reinforced or barbed wired. I'm pretty sure it can electrify deployable shields, barbed wire, and reinforced walls in the area. So it will electrify every one of those 3 devices if it's within its radius, even if it's just touching the corner of that circle. If it's in the circle, you can do it. Now, Cade's unique ability when it comes to electricity, obviously, is he has 2 Artilla Claws. Bandit has 4 Bandits. So people are always wondering why pick Cade over Bandit, because Bandit has access to more anyway. Well, when he first came out, he only was able to reach 2 reinforcements, but they gave him an upgrade. I'm not sure how recently, but now he can, if you throw it in the right position, one of his Artilla Claws can electrify 3 reinforced walls, which is very handy in terms of defending a site. So when you throw one of these claws, if you put it right in the middle of the central reinforced wall, it can electrify all 3 walls, which gives him a specific like, I don't even know, a differentiation, I don't think that's a word, but a differentiation from Bandit that makes him his own operator. Along with this, you can also Cade trick, although it is very difficult to do. You have to have a lot of experience to properly Cade trick. Obviously, Bandit tricking is a lot easier, but honestly, I don't really see anyone tricking anymore these days. I don't even know if it's a common occurrence anymore. People are just like given up on trying to do it, because half the time the Thatcher and the Thermite will dedicate their life's work just to get that wall open that you're trying to Bandit trick, and then you just get shot in the back of the head while you're trying to trick because no one's watching your flank. They just rush down a staircase behind you and shoot you in the head. That's why I stopped Bandit tricking. But with that said, Cade kind of has more range and versatility when it comes to tricking. He can obviously throw his gadget. He doesn't have to stand out in the open ready for that flanker to take his head off. But the time it takes for this ability to get active is significantly larger than Bandit's. Like, Bandit puts his gadget down, that starts straight away. Cade's ability takes, I think, nearly 10 seconds to get going once you throw it. I'm not sure what its exact timer is, maybe not that long, maybe about 6 to 7 seconds to get going, which is a pretty long time when you think about it, and that is probably not what you want when you are trying to trick a Thermite, which goes off in like 4 seconds. So you have to prepare, you have to kind of expect stuff, and you have to work around the Thatcher. Cade tricking in a hole is just difficult, but his gadget is very efficient. And another utility it does bring is you can electrify the hatches above you. This is a very useful utility-based thing that Cade has that he also has over Bandit. That was his main thing when he first got introduced. He was able to get hatches, which Bandit obviously can, but the Bandit will be sitting on top of the hatch, which can just get shot, etc. All in all, a great ability, and in my opinion, any electricity, any defender-sided support gadget is always going to be effective, and I believe Cade is just made stronger due to the gadget alone. Now finally, we have his operator strategies. Cade is obviously an anchor. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this because it is an easy explanation, but Cade is he's a 3 armor, 1 speed, so he is made to sit on the site. Sitting on the site is obviously the role that you 100% should play when you're playing Cade. You do not leave the site. Your goal is to look after those Artilla Claws, make sure they are being effective and doing their job on the site, which is where you should be putting them. If you're reinforcing walls upstairs and Artilla Clawing them when the objective's downstairs, I'm going to question your sanity. But in terms of just irrelevancy, obviously most people already know that you play the site when you are anchoring, and utilizing these Artilla Claws and making sure you can try your best to keep them safe throughout the round with all of the stuff that's probably going to get thrown at them by Thatchers, Twitches, just people shooting their guns, etc. Trying to keep them up and distracting the enemy as long as possible should be your goal, along with also defending the site, being an anchor, holding down positions, making sure people don't push in, all the basic anchoring stuff that you probably already know about. And if you don't, make sure to go watch a video on on how to anchor, because you probably might want to if you plan to play Cade. I don't have a video out on that yet, but maybe in the future. But all in all, just make sure you focus on the site, make sure I'm keeping your Artillers safe, and if you do choose to roam with Cade, I'm also going to question your sanity, because he's just one of those operators you really shouldn't roam with unless you're a psycho who can hit every shot he can off a spawn peak with that shotgun. But with that said, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you guys found this useful. I hope you guys found these explanations useful. If you did, let me know down in the comments down below. And if you didn't, also make sure to let me know down in the comments below so I can improve my videos and make them better. But obviously, everyone is opinionated. Some people might play Cade differently to what I play, but I just tried to pass down the tips that I could best give you guys to play Cade better. But with that said, if you guys did enjoy it, leave a like, drop a sub with the notification bell if you're interested in more videos from me, and also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams. Links in the description down below. I'd love to see you guys there. But with that said, that's enough from me. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.